Beautiful. So welcome to the Public and Legislative Affairs meeting. It is February 2nd, 6:04 p.m., and I'm calling this meeting to order. Tonight we have board members Jane Sawtell and Ali in attendance. We also have Dr. Grace Valenzuela, Dr. Ryan Scallon, and Dr. Sarah Warren here tonight. We've got just a couple of items for the agenda tonight, but before we jump into those bills, I just wanted to flag for folks that the next installment of the school funding presentations done by MEPRI is going to be happening tomorrow afternoon. I believe it's at 1 o'clock. Where they present their findings and recommendations on how the school funding formula should be changed. So folks can watch that either live tomorrow or watch the recording. I think that that will be helpful for us. And then secondarily, there are two bills that are coming up this week that I thought we could talk about. The first one is LD, hold on one second. Is LD 2172, which is a resolve regarding the legislative review of portions of Chapter 33, which is the rule governing physical restraint and seclusion, a major substantive rule of the Department of Education State Board of Education. So this is a follow-up to the legislation that was changed already this session. And this basically gives permission to change the statute. I have not been watching the original bill, and so I don't know if there was any interest in testifying from the district's perspective on that bill. I know that there were some things I think that maybe we really agreed with and other things that we weren't. So I don't know if anybody on this call has additional information on that bill.
Can you name the bill one more time? The number?
Yeah, of course. I think it's 2172, but let me just double check. Yeah, 2172
And the title.
is the resolve regarding legislative review of portions of Chapter 33, which is the rule governing physical restraint and seclusion, a major substantive rule of the Department of Education, State Board of Education.
Okay. Yeah, I know that there's a team working on it through the school main school of law.
Mm.
They're working on it, and I can get some information right now. I don't particularly have it though.
Yeah, that would be great. I mean, the the public hearing is on Thursday. So we just need to get information pretty quickly. But I feel a little out of my element on this one because I haven't been following the initial legislation. So I think unless somebody has a strong point on it, then maybe we just keep tracking it.
Well, and Sarah, isn't it even more? I'm trying to like read it. Isn't it even more that it is about whatever rules have been submitted?
It's yeah, so it's like it's giving permission to change the rules to what was passed. So I don't even know if like giving testimony is like an effective tool for this situation.
Yeah. I mean, I can if it's really necessary, I can get some information by tomorrow and email it.
Yeah, I
I,
think if you wanted to find out, like, that would be helpful. Um, but also if we can't, then I think this is just one that we don't weigh
yeah,
in on.
yeah, yeah. I would say this. I second
Okay.
it. Sorry.
I
Okay.
think sort of it reads like a procedural issue, but we can look into it more as well.
So I think Ali, if you find more information and can share it, but if not, I think I would make the motion that we just continue to track it.
I'll second that motion, and
Great.
I'll send it over whatever.
Okay. And all those in favor of just continuing to track that, Bill, Fatuma and Jane, Okay, I got a Fatuma, so that's a majority vote. Jane, I know you're in transit right now. Um, and then the second bill that's coming up, not this week, but next week, but I think we should prepare for it. Dr. Warren, thank you for flagging this for us, is Bill 2124, which is an act to support emergency shelter funding using revenue from the real estate transfer tax. So this bill, from the way that I read it, and Dr. Warren, if you want to add, it seems that this is hopefully going to replace some of the funding that have been coming through the other two programs that the district has been working with that we've been learning about in the last month. Dr. Warren, I don't know if you would add anything.
I don't know anything about it other than the summary that I shared earlier, but I learned about it on the city social services call, and the advocacy director for Preble Street was essentially lifting it up as an incredibly important thing for shelters in the state, and specifically said it was an all hands on deck effort. So it seemed worth just raising up here.
Go ahead.
They're processing it real time, but it doesn't look like it would offset um, the shop grant and the preventing eviction, but instead would help address the funding that the city receives or that the shelters receive per night for an individual who stays there. So it looks like it increases that.
Dr. Valenzuela, do you think it's helpful to give testimony on this?
I can check with my team, but this is not something that we are going to be directly um, um, getting the benefits of. It's not going to us. It's going to be increasing the funding for our shelter, which is always good for, for the families. So if we want to support that, absolutely, because we need to make sure that we have beds available for our families, but particularly at this time. So where people are having a hard time finding places to live and challenges in paying their rent. So
Yeah.
having there is an important issue to support.
So it sounds like it would not then be replacing the funds that we have been talking about, but it is an important thing within the ecosystem for our families. So so then maybe I might move to do a written testimony. Is there anybody that would second that? Oh, Fatuma seconds that. So all those in favor of submitting written testimony? It's 1, 2.
And me, sorry.
Yeah, okay, so that passes. Yeah, and we could potentially connect with the city on that as well to see if they want to do something joint there. But I think if there's a way and within that testimony to highlight also the funding that is going away for us, I think that makes this funding seem even more important. So great. So staff, you got your charge. And is there anything else that anybody wanted to bring up tonight?
Uh, Chair Lenz, I was thinking that we are missing a bill, that one that a lot of people testified on Thursday, LD 2106, that is limiting the presence of immigration enforcement in schools, hospital, childcare centers. It's a bill that was presented by Ellie Sato.
Yes, I will add that to the tracker. And Superintendent Scallon, do you want to just mention what work you did on that last week?
Yeah, Grace, we looked at that last week, and the committee hadn't acted on it, but there was still thought about whether it was um, worth submitting testimony. And after reading the bill and thinking about our own policies as well as practice, we already cover all of those items. And so it's worth monitoring into continuing because I think it would help in the overall ecosystem, but we didn't submit testimony because we felt that between board policy and our own regulations or practice procedures around ICE, that it wouldn't change what we expect from staff.
I was just thinking about making sure that we monitor it, that it
Yep.
is on our tracker.
Yep, agreed. That makes sense.
Great. I will add that. Thank you, Board Member Nora. I also see your comment. She agreed. I would just say that there are like a decent number of emergency bills that are getting added every week. So it is moving fast. So feel free, if you see anything, to email the committee and we can add it to the tracker. Not a problem at all. Anything else from folks? Okay. Well, then I'm going to go ahead and move to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Board Member Ali. All those in favor? Great. So that is, we've got the majority there. So we're going to adjourn at 6:15. Thank you all for coming to this special meeting, and we'll see you next week.